Guys, if I've seen it more than 8 times, you know that it's a good movie.
And you know what? I know that he's not lying. Hey guys, my name is Paul Weston. This is Second Perspective. I've seen it one time, but it was still very good. Over there is Mitchell Allen, and today we're going to be doing a QQ for you on A Serious Man. So what we're going to do is going to do a quick review on that. If you're unclear, don't worry, there are no spoilers. Let's just get right to it. Mitch, give us a quick synopsis so we can get to the fun stuff.
Sure. A Serious Man is from 2009. It's directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, the Coen brothers. So Larry Gopnik is a serious man. He's a Jewish physics professor living in the Midwest who wants to be in control of his life, his job, his safety, his whole existence, really. But he finds that the world, and perhaps his God as well, is starting to turn against him. Also, we follow his son, Danny Gopnik, who just wants to pay another kid back for the weed he bought. And you think that's a small little story, but pays off real big.
Well, and actually that's a pretty good lead into the whole thing about, if you haven't seen any Coen Brother films before, this is a really good insight. If you have seen one of their films before, great. This is just another fantastic addition to the filmography. But if you haven't, this is a very good film for sort of a window into their very strange mastery of basically everything in filmmaking. They write, edit, and direct basically everything that they do. It's kind of crazy how good they are at that. And the thing that's also really neat is that they use each of these threads to make the other ones better. So sometimes other films get crushed under the weight of people doing too much work, but the Coen brothers seem to have some of this, again, mastery over it. Why didn't you quickly mention about some other strengths?
Yeah, sure. I mean, one of the also big pluses, and it's a sort of a trademark of a lot of the Coen brothers' work, but especially of this film, is just the unconventional humor and the unconventional way that it attacks the jokes in this movie. And the funnier moments could be someone walking into a room and coughing, but because of the immense world building that they're doing, you just, number one, buy that moment as authentic in some way, and number two, it's just so funny from top to bottom. And yet, it's funny, but it's not like an empty movie. There's nothing like surface level about it. There's just, for me anyway, I've seen this movie so many times because I think there's an immense well of profundity underneath everything. And it's something that I guess creeps up on you when you watch it the first time, but really hits you hard in the last image. But I know that after watching it so many times that it hasn't lost that, deep well of meaning. Because I think there's just so much layered into the whole film, and it really hits you hard on an emotional and sort of philosophical level, which is few films I think can do that.
Well, yeah. and that's a big thing about this film is we're saying all these fantastic things about this film, but there are some potential turnoffs. It's very pointed in what it wants to be, and this is one of those films that you're not left with a lot of answers. More you're left with a lot of feelings. And so to get the beauty out of this film, you have to do the work. You have to think about it. And it's one of those films that in order to get most out of it, you have to watch it more than once. And I know that there's some people that want escapism. This film is far from that. And it's just not. It's not something that spoon feeds you in any capacity. And sometimes part of its beauty is just sitting there. Sitting with these weird feelings that the film gives you from these different contrasting lines or pictures or what have you. It's just definitely crazy.
Well, I mean, you sort of hit on it there. The movie is very weird. So it's not, I mean, unconventional is probably the right word for it, but people would probably label this movie as very surreal or very strange. It attacks certain themes that are just, not seen in very many ways. It's very particularly Jewish. It's very particularly existential. So, I mean, some people
I will mention,
yeah,
sorry, even if you know nothing about Judaism or anything like that, like I do, or I don't rather, you can still fully enjoy this film, right?
Oh, absolutely. I just think there's definitely a specificity to the world of this movie and the way that things unfold that, if you're not invested in the tone or maybe the way that it unfolds in a strange way, then maybe it's not the movie for you, right?
But honestly,
totally taste.
Yeah, I think that essentially the way to wrap up all our potential turnoffs is that you have to give this film some room to do some strange things, and you just have to go with it. And if you do, there's a great beauty. But if you're a kind of filmmaker or a film watcher that you just kind of like things concrete, and if something bothers you and it kind of turns you off immediately, then this film might not work for you. What grade are you going to give this, Mitch?
I mean, I got really excited about this whole review / discussion process because this is actually one of my favorite films. This is in my top 10 at least, just because I've watched it so many times, and it's hit me hard on levels that few other films do. It's a movie that I try to even replicate in my own film sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
Well, clearly it's an A+ for him.
Yeah.
For me,
should I have said that?
Yeah.
So
well, I'm assuming like
Sure.
it would be an A+, right? For me, it's a B+ with easy growth and helium to be a solid A. And I am only saying it's a B+ because right now, like after I watched the film, I didn't get everything. And that's not a bad thing. Like this is a film that I will watch again in the next 6 months to a year, and then it will be an A-, and then I'll watch it again, and it will be an A. Like, and I love that because there's to be able to watch a film a second time and get even more out of it, it's kind of crazy. So it's a B+ with sort of a future knowledge of knowing it's going to be an A. So obviously we recommend you guys watching it.
You guys should just give it a chance, even if you're like afraid of it. Just accept the mystery.
Yeah, accept the mystery, and don't get fooled by the first 15 minutes. The prologue, it's a very strange one. Give it half an hour. But anyways, join us in the discussion. We will be talking a lot about the film, and hopefully we can I don't know, shed some light on the film for you if you don't totally get it, because I don't get it at all. So I'm hoping Mitch will explain some of it to me. Anyways, guys, this is Second Perspective, and I'm Paul Weston. Over there's Mitchell Allen, and goodbye, Internet.
See you guys.